Cracks in the Porcelain Border is an actual play intended for mature audiences. There will be themes that not all may find comfortable, including descriptions of violence, war, death, and torture. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Cracks in the Porcelain Border, the first TTRPG actual play for Dreamers Theater. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5.5 campaign run by me, Slive. I'm joined by my good friends Edward, Dylan, Myka, and Akka. I would talk a little more about the campaign, but I don't want to spoil anything. Please enjoy. So, while I say the main campaign will start and end in Wrena, we are actually going to go to the left, or to the east, to the ancient kingdom of Vacania. This is a kingdom bustling with big, large, kind of Victorian architecture. The ornate statues and buildings kind of line the plots of land that make the city that you're in almost suffocating, as these horse carriages, the horses wearing clockwork armor and steel. You can hear ticking rhythmically all over the city, as Vacania has adapted and evolved with technology and made Arcanotech. It's something that all of you are familiar with. It is a melding of science and magic that has made artificing one of the main form of craft in at least major cities. There are some older, more traditional craftsmen that still work. Swords are still very effective. Never doubt the blade, right? You know? But this ginormous towering city has clock towers, has these techno-magical glowing orbs flowing about, surging from tip to tip of these large buildings, communications in some form. We go straight into the castle, this giant metallic spire almost, surrounded by towers and a small moat, not with water, but more with scrap that has been almost used as a spike pit, or almost kind of a fucked up foam pit. But
what?
We go into this castle, and inside it is just as regal. The colors inside are less steel and gray and are more vibrant yellows, greens, as the nation of Vacania, its main color scheme is a yellow shield with a green emblem on top of it. That's just a sword and an axe. You are all heading towards, down this giant, large carpet, heading towards the throne room. You have been hired for something very important. You all have been adventurers for a good few months now, and you've gotten to know each other pretty decently, and you've made a pretty big name for yourselves, at least in the side cities of Vacania, and you have taken the notice of the royalty of this fine kingdom, and you are finally being invited to take on a very daring mission that pays very well. You've not learned the details of it yet, but you're excited to find out what it could be. As we are walking down, could we maybe get a lineup of these people? You are probably in rows 2x2 with these almost like musketeer men that have kind of this metal face plating on it that's almost not skin tight, but very very close. They have a mouth hole and a visor almost on their eyes. They're holding straight up blunderbuss style firearms next to you, and they're escorting you down this carpet. Who would like to introduce themselves first?
Hey everybody, my name is Korrey Keller. You can call me Korrey, you can call me KJ. Korrey stands at about 6'6". So he's a big, tall. He's a dragonborn. He's a red dragonborn, and so you just see sort of his skin, and his skin color looks sort of like a red flame. There's flecks of orange and yellow in there as well, but it's primarily that really nice red coloring. He just wears simple craftsman's clothes. He has a leather apron on, and then on his back he has a giant war hammer.
All right, awesome.
I will go next. Okay, so Nox is wearing just kind of his normal outfit. It's very practical stuff, some combat, not really combat, all-terrain boots, I suppose. Really bland pants, shirts. Got a coat over him, a trench coat, and goes shoulders all the way down, kind of flowy behind him. And the main thing that's kind of different from his outfit, other than the very really basic kind of clothing that doesn't really fit the setting, I suppose, of a super regal castle, is the bandages that are on his face and kind of are wrapped around him that would cover his mouth. And on top, he wears a fedora kind of thing think like a detective hat, but not like the Sherlock Holmes detective hat. But notably is that kind of in the bright lights of the castle, you can notice that they're like where the eyes would be and like the skin that would be there is that there is not any, and instead there's like two glowing-ish, vaguely eye-shaped holes. Not really holes, but like vaguely eye-shaped things there, I suppose. And finally, he wears very long black gloves that will definitely come into play later.
Ooh, foreshadowing. Awesome.
Suppose that would make me next. So I am Shairo Windbearer, and I am a elven ranger who is very in tune with all things bird. If it's in the air, I'm a big fan of it. And I am a beastmaster who has a crow named Char, but I don't think he'd be with me in this situation. He generally just kind of helps me hunt for the most part. But I kind of dress almost ironically overdress for the sake of like being so efficient in my work that I can keep my clothes clean, and there's just kind of an ironic thing to it there. But so definitely dressed for this whole occasion, and yeah, no super noticeable clothes or notable clothes or anything other than I have a little like bow tie that's kind of like peacock feathers, and my gloves have like bird feathers that kind of run across the sides of them, and that's about it.
Which I believe brings us on to me. So, Valxik is a tiefling with palish red skin, a set of long, curved horns that run from his forehead. They're kind of more straightish than really, curved a lot. They're a deeper color red from his skin. He has golden eyes that almost seem to be burning ever so slightly and have a bit of a slitted appearance to them. His form is slender, and he has a long tail that's mostly hidden by his coat, which is a long leather jacket with gold gilding on it, and a spot along the collar that might have had a crest at one point that's been very obviously removed. He wears an emerald vest with a pressed-on design, lined dark brown dress pants, a black leather belt with a gold buckle, and black leather gloves to accompany it.
Awesome.
Excellent. Everybody's hot, boys. Awesome.
Everybody
Yes,
is
everybody's
hot.
Let's
Everyone's
go.
canonically attractive.
Finally, it's finally
Literally, I
happening.
had a conversation about my character being hot.
Canonically.
That's normal. Is my character hot?
I don't know, is your
two
character
monster
hot?
fuckers probably.
That's so awesome. I don't know if I would okay, we're gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna go any further with that.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna invoke that.
You've invoked it already. Maybe I invoked it actually.
No.
So yes, the four of you are marching down this hallway, kind of like admiring all these ornate, splendiferous views. There are many portraits. There are these almost like kind of like a modern art piece of a clockwork thing with like an arcane crystal kind of like on one part of the gears. And as it twists and turns, you see it slowly turn into a portrait of the king, Walren Crullian, who is apparently the person that's hiring you for this job. And as you're marching down, do you have anything to whisper amongst each other or say anything, or are you all just heading down for business?
No, I think I'm just here for business. I'm here to get stuff done. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm walking along the line. I don't know who's standing next to me because you mentioned we were in a 2x like whatever.
2x2, so someone's next to you and you're either in front or behind.
Who's standing next to me? Who wants to be next to me, the lovely person?
I think Korrey is standing next to you, and I think like you're looking straight ahead, and you just keep seeing Korrey like get really distracted by like some of the paintings or like some sort of beautiful like piece of architecture, and he'll just kind of go like, "Whoa." He'll just be like, "Whoa."
Each time you do that, I snap in front of your face.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm walking next to you, and I just keep going, "Oh my god, that's really pretty. Look at that."
Pay attention.
And then 5 minutes later, same thing. So
Yeah.
Probably a bit slightly further behind. But I'm very much eyeing up the place for anything that looks at all expensive.
Everything looks expensive.
Fucking
even
hell.
like almost
anything expensive that could fit in my pocket.
No. This like it is a giant hallway that like has accolades, quote unquote, and achievements of this royal family, including like large not paintings, but almost like arcane movies, like almost like arcane gifs. It's the only way I can say it. Of like an army charging into battle, or tinkerers fixing up the giant clock tower that like portrays the time in this giant like arcane illusion. These big, humongous feats kind of like boil down into these very like still large, but not as large as the projects themselves, kind of like accolades or achievements and just stuff to keep around. So a lot of hallways, there's not a lot of things on pedestals. Even the ones that are like encased in like 3 glass cases, and you can already tell that they're enchanted. They're not trying to be hidden about this. But yeah,
Shairo's just there.
Yeah. And Shairo, my man.
Definitely here for full business, but at the same time,
Yeah.
kind of a bit taken aback by all of this, for this is a lot fancier than anything that he would generally be used to.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a forester myself.
Forrester Gump, that's what they call him.
I'm gonna cry.
So you eventually get to the end of this hallway, and the like giant ornate yellow gates open, and in front of you there's like a bunch of people kind of like not dining, but they are sitting down and seem to be eating their lunch, like very, very candidly on the sidelines of this throne room, as there's been this open space that is crossed off by lines of these guards. But it seems that there is a place for all of you to stand and kneel, probably. You hear a bunch of the guards come to attention. As soon as that happens, all of the guests and nobles and advisors seem to put all their hands down and look over to the door to see all of you.
I suppose we're kneeling then, right?
Your choice.
DM? Is
Your
everyone
choice.
else in the room? Is anyone else in the room kneeling?
Hell no.
All of the guards have like knelt in kind of like in synchronicity.
I'll kneel.
I suppose then, yeah. Well, do I know the customs of this particular city? Like,
You've
for
lived
their
here all your
aristocrat-
life. Like for nobility, it seems like more so seems to be some noble dealings. So all of the onlookers kind of have to be as polite as they can. While adventurers don't have to be cordial, it can affect their pay sometimes. Depending on who the employer is.
I
and how
guess I'll
stingy
do
they are.
it. I will kneel because I know some aristocrats and they suck up to that.
Mhm.
If
Respect. Wow. Let me give me more money.
if I see not
So I do it.
kneeling, I'm also gonna kneel.
Valxik, are you just standing?
I am standing there, hands in pockets.
Oh my fucking god.
So there's someone kind of like to the side of this throne room. You can see it's just the king. There doesn't seem to be any other throne. There's just the one giant throne that's kind of made up of scraps of metal that have been melded together, and you see just this large arcane rune above his head in the center of it. Now presenting King Wulrin Krullian. And, you know, all of the advisors start clapping very softly, and King Wulrin stands up. He has a magic prosthetic arm that's just made fully of steel that you can see has kind of magic sigils on the palm. And he stands and walks towards the 4 of you. And he kind of does a hand gesture with his hand, like he puts his hand outright and kind of pushes his fingers up towards you.
I think that's the up.
Yeah, that's kind of like to say
That's the
you
up,
you may
so-
stand.
We go up. I go up. I guess.
Be really funny to not
Thank
stand up.
He did not see the cue.
Huh? Oh,
Gyros.
He said, huh? What? What? We're going up now?
Wulrin would begin to speak. Thank you very much for being willing to hear my dealings and partake in this job. I will warn you, even though I know it is a long journey and I feel bad for even bringing this part up, but you may only accept this job before hearing the details, as once they are shared in this room, no one who is not on board may leave. I'm sure you understand.
Yes, that sounds fine.
Just as a further backstory, just kind of like in the middle of this, you were basically told that this was like a very long mission, and like all of you know that this pays. This could give you guys enough money to buy probably like 7 legendary items if you wanted to. It could be enough to give you like your own keep and have it like be pretty much built up. It could probably be enough to like make a small village its own city-state. That's the type of money we're talking about here.
Holy shit.
Just so everyone knows what like you're playing for, that's what you came here for.
I'm not
and
really
that's
making
not-
money.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not saying like this is not split 4 ways. That's for each of you.
Oh, wow. Start my own business with this. So much
Holy
money
shit.
laundering.
We making it out of the forest with this one.
Yeah.
You can make your own forest.
You could just hire a druid. But he hears Nox's answer, but he kind of eyes the other three to see how wavering your conviction is.
Consider me on board.
Yeah, Korrey just nods.
Well, I'm more interested in the public spectacle of it all, but I suppose the money would be nice. So I'm on board.
I appreciate it. This is not just a matter of payment. This is a matter of the future of the entire continent. Maybe even the world. So, let us get more ready. And he kind of he seems to be stumbling a little bit. He's kind of pale. I think everyone has wisdom above 1, right? +1. I'm pretty sure.
No.
So everyone can kind of see that the no. Okay, Nox, you don't know
No.
shit.
I have 0 wisdom.
Okay, yeah, Nox, you're just kind of going with it. Everyone else, you can kind of see that the king is a little pale and he's short of breath a little bit, just talking, even thinking about the plan. But he kind of steps back and goes back in his chair, and as soon as he sits down, you hear the doors shut, and all of these beautiful stained windows, magic darkness enshrouds them.
Oh
And
shit.
The magic darkness almost turns into a metal of some sort. It malforms into a metal to kind of keep everything out, and torches that you didn't even see start lighting up everywhere around.
I guess I get ready just in case something goes bad.
Yeah, you're kind of prepare. The lights are enough to where you can kind of see you see all the nobles around, and you see all the guards still there, all still standing at attention. There's not a lot of tension in the room. It's just that it seems like this is for security and secrecy.
Yeah, just in case, just in case.
Yeah, just in case, pulling out your gun.
just in case, Are there seats for us anywhere?
You would hear kind of behind you just a couple people pulling up chairs, and the king would kind of again motion with his hand that you can sit down.
All right, I do so.
Yeah. I think Korrey is bigger than the chair, so just
Yeah, he
big
totally
guy
is.
in a little chair.
Yeah, big guy, little chair. Story as old as time. The king kind of leans up in his chair, and you can see him looking at his hand, moving it around, kind of fidgeting with it almost for a moment before. The Empire of Wrena has been closed off and has held secrets for millennia. Ever since the tragedy of the Great Fall occurred, they have stripped a lot of their communications with us. Their teachings, their history is entrenched in shadow. And while I have attempted considerably to mend accord, to make relations, they have consistently and constantly abhorred and abused my lenience. Recently, in the last 10 or so years, they have been slowly cutting off our connection with the Isles. About a year or so ago, the connection went completely dead. We have no way of reaching, nor importing or exporting with the Isles without going through Wrena at a exorbitant price gouging. They have tested our patience, and I do not trust them as much as my father used to. I believe that it is time that this very fragile relationship finally broke. What I am asking of you is to light the fuse of this war. But I am not willing to risk starting an opposition I do not understand at all. And so, what I ask of you is to understand and eliminate many elements of Wrena, the very few that we do have intel on. Are there any questions?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I know this isn't in my inventory, but I got a notepad. I'm writing stuff
Mhm.
down.
What? Well, if you didn't
Taking
start
notes.
with it, you don't get one. No. You can have a notepad, bro. It's okay. You can have a
Yeah,
notepad.
so I'm writing down kind of the spark notes of what this guy's saying,
Mhm.
and I will continue to do that. So we have reference material for later.
I will have to look at his notes later because at this point Valxik has completely zoned out.
It's really dark, and he's getting really tired.
No, it's gotten really dark, and he's just imagining where would I place the spotlight.
Yeah, he's just like, Korrey?
Well, I was just thinking, how tactful are we going to need to be? Are we... you said light the fuse, but does that mean, we're going in and beating people up? or...
The nature of this mission is one of espionage and intelligence gathering, as well as assassination.
Okay, so we're beating people up. Okay, good.
I would prefer that it was more than beat up, but yes, I suppose that's one way of putting it. What I need you all to do, recently, a caravan indoctrinating many of my citizens to Yelanda has come in. You may know them as House Nahale. They are, well, specifically this caravan is here to indoctrinate citizens for immigration to Wrena. And even more specific, they are offering travel to Skelra, the capital. We wish for you to become citizens of Skelra, as 2 very high-level targets work there, and if they are eliminated, then a possible push for the mountains are possible.
I would imagine becoming a citizen would be quite difficult. So, do you have materials for us to help us with that?
From our intelligence that I have, it seems that they will take anyone who have proficiencies. It is not uncommon for some adventurers who wish to leave the life behind to try and join up to try and take on a new life, one with more structure. It does not seem difficult. You will be working as the dregs. I believe the term that they give the lowest class of people are heroes, the hero class citizens. From what we understand, you will be working with the Punity, which is a group of citizens that are marked, blessed by their god.
I understand.
As long as you are willing and able and they seem to believe that you have capable abilities, then I believe you will be a shoo-in. But I have never seen someone leave Skelra, or Wrena for that matter, unscathed or permanently changed. I ask you all to do this so that you have no affiliation with the kingdom in case things go wrong, and because as adventurers you have less of a background to be investigated that could be led to, well, that could get you found out.
When do we expect this caravan to depart back to the capital?
It shall be leaving in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
So if you wish to have any affairs in order, or speak, or gain any supplies that you believe you may need, you have 2 weeks to prepare.
I kind of glance at the other people in the party. I want to kind of nod my head towards each one individually, like to get their agreement that, like, yeah, we're still going ahead with this, right? So I guess I look at Korrey first. I do that. I kind of nod my head.
Yeah, so Korrey is like completely in it with this guy. He's like trying to get every detail. He's like, okay, start a war, kill some people. Got it. He's just nodding. So he doesn't even see you nod, but you can see him like nodding along and be like not shocked at all. Like
looks like he's in it.
yeah, like he's in it. Not really a question.
Okay, then I look at Shairo. I do the same thing. I kind of nod at you.
I'm a little bit precautious just of how steep everything kind of feels. Feels like there's, a lot. We knew that it was going to be a big mission, but this feels like you just go in and like die amongst the poor type of mission. But I'm still on board, so I'll give you a nod, but with a bit of hesitancy.
And finally, Valxik, I look at you as well. I give you kind of a deeper nod as well, because I respect you for some reason.
Yeah, which is strange because I'm going to give a set of thumbs up and a grin in return, as well as I would like to use thaumaturgy to create the sound of like small cheers that are just quiet enough so only you can really hear them.
Just like right behind his ears.
Yeah,
That's cute.
That's sick.
Awesome. Yeah. Then I look back at the king, and I guess I suppose we have a real choice here, but get prepared in the 2 weeks and be on our way.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. Before you go, let me just tell you your targets and your goal.
Right.
The first and major goal is to transmit any information you possibly can to Vicania, whether it is foolproof or not, whether it is real or not. As much information that can be gained in that country is imperative. We know next to nothing. The information that I'm going to share with you is the most we have gotten in decades, and it has cost hundreds of lives and hundreds of platinum. So any information about what Wrena is, that is the most important thing.
Right.
There are, however, 2 targets that you must eliminate before leaving that country. The first is known as Blur Tusk. He is an orc man who runs or supervises, or I don't know what he does, but he is a beast of a man. He watches over and keeps the collection of caste at a maximum. I don't exactly understand why he is so important, but he seems to have some connection with the military house in some form, and if he were to die, I believe a large percentage of their army would lose morale, as well as the caste that they are generating would be splintered. The second lives on the crust of Skelra, which is where the nobles live and work. Yelura Vismuth seems to be the one who has the secret to refine caste into what we now see it as and use it as. If you can find out the secret of how to turn the metal or the ore into the metal that we use for the immense magical purposes, then that would be highly appreciated. But if her secret could just die with her, that would also be good. Those are your 2 targets. Do you have any questions?
Regarding the gathering information, are there informants within the boundaries of Wrena? How do you expect us to transmit the information that we find out?
He looks a little sullen just by you asking that. If there are informants inside of Wrena, I am not aware of them anymore. They have been gone for too long. But magic is plenty in that land. It's almost as if magic grows on trees there, more so than any ranger or druid can muster. I'm sure you will be able to find something or some way to contact us.
I understand.
I will also note, Skelra is in the middle of the country. Once you escape the city, it does not guarantee your escape back to our lands. But if you can contact us, we will do everything we can to at least make the voyage through the sea or the mountains possible. Your survival, once your job is done, is our greatest hope.
Alright. So, I want to recap here. So, we are sent in as citizens looking for a new life. And we pretend to be as if we belong. And while we do that, we have these 2 targets. And we have to eliminate both of them. And at the same time, gather as much information as we can. That is the scope of our duty here?
That is your general objective. Other than survival, yes.
Okay. I kind of closed the notepad I was writing on. Put the pen back in the trench coat and the notepad back in the trench coat.
Actually, apologies. Something has slipped my mind. This whole thing is really stressful for me, you know.
I understand. I
But-
understand, DM.
If I understand DM, yeah, that's actually what his initials are. Even though his first name is Wolrin, don't fake. Yeah, they just flip the M and then also put it to his last name, and then his first name doesn't, or his last name actually doesn't matter. Yeah, Krullian, CM, you know, that's what they call him.
Yep.
But if you are able to contact us as soon as Blood Tusk's death is made, we may be able to make small attacks on the borders and the border towns to siphon the resources of Wrena, possibly giving you an advantage in killing Yelura.
Okay. I noted that down. DM, out of character.
Yes.
So we have to eliminate Blur Tusk, and the reason we have to is because he has connections to the military house, and his death could possibly cause a morale drop in the army. Yes?
From very small amounts of knowledge, but you're you have a very high investigative skill. I'm going to kind of give you a lot of dots that you can connect. Blur Tusk seems to be a one-man army in some form. So his death, he seems to be overseeing a lot of making sure that all of the mining goes well and the regiment, and even possibly some excavation if he's that powerful. But mainly if he dies, it's like bleeding a god, right? it's almost like all of the soldiers that are so confident because Blur Tusk is on their side suddenly don't get as confident, and then as soon as he dies, a war breaks out, confidence might shatter. Is that an answer to your question?
I just want to make sure I got that right.
Okay. Yeah, so that's that. I also said a lot of lore stuff that you guys probably don't know about, and also the viewers don't know about, so I might go through a little list of that when it comes up.
It'll come up when it comes up.
Exposition.
Exposition! Oh my fucking god, I love exposition! I'll just find a way to put it in naturally, you know?
I can't wait.
Just naturally fit it in. Yeah, just get in there. So, King Wulren kind of looks at the four of you. I assume none of you are like, wavering in confidence, or at least not visibly.
No, I'm fine.
And with kind of like, he kind of unclenches his fist, and you see the magic rune was glowing, and as it starts to dissipate, that like magic darkness that was covering the windows fades, and the sunlight beams through again.
Oh, my eyes! Oh, it burns!
But the doors open again, and King Wulren bows to all of you. May you come back, heroes. I pray for all of you.
We will, don't worry.
I'll bow back at him because I feel like I don't understand the social cues of this kind of situation.
I do a little curtsy.
Actually,
Yeah.
before we go, might I just ask, do you have one of those runes for sale by chance?
Oh my fucking god.
This rune was crafted by my father's artificer, who is sadly passed. His work is what slowly made the city what it is today.
So that's a no, or is that a soft no?
Yes, Wulren.
We will talk about it on
It's
your
very
return.
nice. We gotta get out of here. I start pushing Valxik out.
I wasn't. Oh, you're fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I just follow behind as close as possible to Nox.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So
Shairo
with
stays in the
that,
room. He doesn't leave.
True.
Shairo's like, so what do y'all do?
Still just looking at him. I'm like, so we're leaving?
You
Oh.
you may leave
All right,
now.
cool. Thank you.
Be well.
You too? I don't know.
Ooh.
Does the king say cool, man?
Yeah. The king's like, sick, dude. So we're just gonna do a quick, like, kind of speed blitz through this whole 2 weeks. What is everyone doing to prepare? How are you guys have to go talk to the House Nahale members first. You guys have to, like, get in with it. You have to maybe buy some new gear. You have to get some stuff. The king has given you kind of like a card that basically, like he said, burn it before and after you talk with House Nahale, but you can use this to get a bunch of stuff discounted in the city. I'm not going to count it as like your gold getting like you losing money or anything. We'll say that like this is stuff you bought before, because technically the campaign hasn't started yet. This is the prologue, right? So, did everyone get their magic items?
No.
No, I forgot to do that.
Guys, you had like literally one thing to do.
DM, I hate homework.
Sorry, Mr. DM.
I know Myka did. Myka,
Thank
great
you.
job. You're awesome. She's the only one trying
Yes.
here. All right, guys? I'm
Yes.
disappointed in all
What
three
kind
of
of
you.
item were we allowed?
Fuck you. You're allowed 2 uncommon items or 1 rare item.
Oh my god,
That
there's a lot
sounds
of
like a lot.
We'll say
of
you
work.
bought it. Yeah, that's so hard. You have to go through like what? Like maybe 50 items? Oh, man.
them. Aw, man.
Oh, man.
Aw, man.
If you don't have it done by next session, I'm not giving
All
you
right,
your
that's
items. You can
I'm
die
looking
with
through the items
basic
right
utility.
now.
You better not be, because we're doing the mission right. We're doing the session right
Dude, I
now.
want an alchemy jug full of.
You can literally. Get
You
that.
can literally alchemy jugs. You have to choose what's in it. Like
Two
I don't know why you're
uncommon,
saying
right?
it specifically. Yeah, 2 uncommon. They can't be the same thing.
I
So
want.
I
I
can't
want.
have 2 dust of dryness.
If they're consumables, sure. If you
DM,
want
can
it.
I have 2 alchemy jugs, and one has orange juice and one has toothpaste?
They both.
And then my attacks, I put orange juice and toothpaste in people's mouths.
Yeah, sick, dude. That's awesome.
Great, I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'll.
No. Add them to your inventory, and they're alchemy jugs that literally one only has orange juice, and one only has toothpaste. You fucked
No,
yourself.
I'm gonna figure something out.
Yeah. I'm sure you are.
I'm sure I am too. Don't doubt me.
Yeah. Okay. I doubt how you're alive.
Other than that, we can just like buy regular stuff, right?
Yeah, you can buy your regular gear. You can get like whatever you want. You're gonna have to like talk to Nahale and really kind of go through it. Are you guys all 4 of you be like, hey, we as an adventuring party tired of this adventuring life, but we all still want to be like together?
Oh hell
Or
no!
are
That's
you all doing like
That's
separate
super
meetings.
suspicious.
Yeah.
It even is kind of suspicious that 4 adventurers over the course of 2 weeks show up.
Yeah.
But I think it's less suspicious if we break it up like that.
Well, some of you can lie.
I'd like to sell my leather.
I mean, you have day jobs.
My day job is doing crime. I mean, solving crime.
Undoing crime.
Yeah, I'm doing crime.
I love crime.
I'm so full of crime. I'd like to sell my leather armor because I don't need it anymore.
Damn.
Okay,
DM.
cool. You don't get money for
I
it.
don't.
Remember, this is the prologue. No, you can sell your leather armor and get a new armor if you want.
I don't need new armor.
Okay,
That's the thing.
then you sell it.
I have mage armor. I'm not gonna sell them.
Great.
Someone else go first.
Yeah, just like give me a general synopsis. Like, how are you preparing? Not like you don't have to go into like I buy this, this, and this, but like how are you psyching yourself up? I guess is kind of my thing.
So I imagine Shairo just like took the whole situation of them saying that like they use you by your skills and just took that way too seriously. So all he's doing is just like practice hunts with Char. Like doesn't even like want to grab other stuff. Like all he knows is like, oh, they want me to work. I will literally be the best worker that there possibly is. And just super efficiently just running things over and over again, just trying to hone in the skills that he knows that he has.
Make me a survival check,
Yeah.
Shairo. Just for funsies. First roll of the game.
How?
It's a so it's a D20 plus your survival skill modifier.
Why do I not see it? Oh, there it is. Sorry.
It's alphabetical.
I was looking at the wrong tab. Good God. 25.
25? Yeah, you get a new trophy.
Ooh.
You have a new trophy from one of your hunts. What do you want it to be?
I have no idea.
It can be like just a broken off piece of a horn. It could be like a hoof. It could be some like dried like organs. Whatever you want. Could be a tail.
I'm gonna make
Could be a pelt.
a necklace that's got a tooth on it, like a real fat tooth, like literally like almost like
Like a
the
fang?
size of like a finger for me. Yeah.
Oh wow. So like probably like a direwolf
Yeah,
fang.
yeah.
We'll say. Sick. Dope as hell. Does nothing. I'm not giving
That's
you any
fine.
properties for it, but it's a cool
I
thing
have
that you get.
swag.
Because I have drip. No one can take that from me. So that is kind of like a symbol of your
Perfect.
training, and I think that's really cool. Anyone else?
Yeah, before he like heads over to the house Nahale, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So first up, Korrey heads to the Blacksmith's Guild because he feels kind of at home there, and I think this is where he gets his +1 weapons from, as he has them sort of upgraded. And then also he's just kind of like in the big city. He's a small town boy, and he's in the big city, and he's enjoying it. Like lots more people here.
You are completely
Yeah.
gobsmacked. Just absolutely shocked that this much shit
Yeah,
exists.
and it's fun because there's like new people that are like attractive and great, and so he's also out just kind of going to the bar every night, you know.
Trying to get a
Yep,
last move
yep,
in,
exactly.
you know. Oh, okay, sick. The day you have to go to like the House Nahale caravan, you are in someone else's bed that you've never seen
100%.
before. So,
Excellent.
anyone else?
I mean, Valxik would start by looking for any stores that he could begin collecting supplies for while he's,
of course.
He's abroad. Specifically things like pyrotechnics.
Of course.
Not like impossible to find here, but like the pyrotechnics are like for show. Like the fireworks
That's
spell
exactly
is a
what
level
he's
1
looking for.
spell. Yeah, it's all like kind of like somewhat illusionary magic. Kind of like it's a torch, like more like a firecracker that you light, but it has the visual effect of like a fucking huge firework, right? But you can get a couple of those that you can pocket.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of stuff he's looking for.
Do you try some out for like one of your like street shows while you're to practice?
Oh, most certainly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would say that like the House Nahale would actually like see that, and like you can tell that like they're taking interest in you. A couple of them are like coming to your show. They're not like audience members; they're more like critics. So they're very much like in the back, and they're observing everything you're doing. And even when it's over, even if they like kind of seem impressed, they do not clap and they just kind of walk off.
Oh, fine by me. A good performer needs critics.
Yeah. And Nox, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna be spending the 2 weeks interim. Probably just. How close are we to the border?
You are, like, pretty much weeks away.
Damn. Okay, so that doesn't work. Never mind. So then I would probably just be taking, I guess, inventory of what everybody has on them and noting down kind of what we are dealing with and what kind of stuff we have with us that we'll be bringing in to the city, so we know, like, I know what our extents are. Like, I know we don't know much about either of these people right now, but I would probably be brainstorming just like general strategies of how we could get through this mission with like minimal risk to us. And at the same time, I'm also going to do a bit of shopping and buying some stuff that will maybe be important for this. So can I
Getting supplies.
can I buy some things?
Sure.
This
What are you trying
this
to do?
doesn't cost me anything, right?
As long as it's just, like, supply stuff, sure.
I want ball bearings, a bag of ball bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Magnifying glass.
Yep.
A
I will just say no if
grappling
it's
hook.
a grappling hook, okay.
Bag of caltrops. And then the one that you might say no to is thieves' tools.
You can buy them.
Okay.
Sure.
How much are they?
I don't think you will be proficient with them.
I do
though.
have proficiency.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Tools.
Yeah, that's
How
fine.
much are these tools? They are free. They don't have a price on Roll20.
You don't have to spend money on them,
25 gold.
so don't worry.
Oh, I can't afford them anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll add all those.
Tools are pretty fucking expensive.
Ball bearings, caltrops, grappling hook, fine glass. I can't spell. These tools.
So yeah, Nox is getting kitted the fuck out.
Yeah, man.
Like
I'm still looking.
he is just
I'm still looking through the list of
getting stuff. Just getting kitted out.
Yes, pretty much. Because if we can't get out, we need to be as prepared as we can be for when we go in. Which is why I want to buy an elephant. DM.
A what? An elephant?
Yes, and an airship.
It's not. That shit ain't happening.
Airship.
No way.
Fuck. Why not?
DM, just let me buy the Hindenburg. I just don't get it.
My DM never lets me to have any kind of fun at all.
My DM hates me.
An hourglass? That might be useful.
I feel like Dylan is out here setting up some elaborately wild combo that he's gonna do
I'm
in
not.
like
Bro's
4
a-
episodes that we're all gonna be like, whoa.
Bro's about to like Kevin McAllister me.
I'm adding a notepad and ink to my inventory as well.
Okay.
Because we've already established I have that.
It'd be so funny if he just didn't understand how to use any of these things. Just like throws the ball bearings at a guard. I'm like, nah.
Just like sticks his hand in a bag of caltrops. What are these again? Fuck, fuck, fuck.
Can I buy a lock? Or get a lock?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You guys can keep going. I'm just gonna make more of a list of stuff.
I'm gonna stop. You get like 3 more items. I thought you were gonna be like, I'm just gonna buy this, this, and this. You're going through the whole shopping list of D&D items in totality, and I feel like I have the like obligation to stop you at some
Yes,
point.
you absolutely do.
Yeah. So like 3 items. I'll give you 3 more items.
Okay. A mule.
That's not an item. That's an animal.
Can I get a nautiloid from Spelljammer?
From Spelljammer? No.
What?
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Spaceship.
Actually, while you're doing that, I'm going to take a small break to refill my tea.
Okay.
So, the House Nahale interviewer, throughout the time that you have, the 2 weeks, you would have come up to them and they would have been asking you a few questions, like, what do you know about Wrena and its reputation?
Well, I know you guys make a special magical metal of some kind. I've never really worked with it, but that's about all I know is magical metal and God King kind of situation.
I know you hold the lowest among us up to a very high pedestal, and I very much respect that.
All I really know is that you guys run quite a tight ship.
I just heard you had good audiences.
What exactly could you bring to the great nation of Wrena if you are chosen to immigrate there?
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty strong, and I know my way around a forge, so I'm sure you could figure out uses for me to run around and lift things and put them down or whatever.
Well, I've been described as quite well-rounded, and I think I have fairly good analytical skills, so I could do pretty much anything that's required of me.
I used to live in the forest, so I know how to hunt, I know how to gather, but I can assure you that my skills go far beyond just being outside.
Well, I can effortlessly hold a crowd, and, well, my abilities to draw attention or, well, bring attention away from other matters can be quite useful at times.
Are you comfortable with changing religions or possibly worshipping multiple gods, specifically Yelanda, the goddess of magic?
So, as long as I don't have to, like, refuse all other gods, yeah, absolutely.
I'm not religious, so I could become religious. I don't know. I'm more in it for the culture, you know.
I'm so mad right now. You literally said almost identically what I was going to say.
No, that's great. Just say exactly what your character thinks. I think it's so funny.
Well, I don't consider myself greatly religious. I can't say there's a whole lot that I believe in outside of just my own abilities. So, if you need me to do such a thing, I suppose I can open up a bit.
I'm sorry, what's a religion again?
The Kingdom of Wrena gives great benefits to every class of person, but especially the hero class, which you will be a part of. This includes free meals, designated work hours, free time, and housing given to you immediately. Is there anything else that you wish to know about when it comes to the benefits of Wrena?
Well, in your opinion, how good is the food?
Top notch, I'd say.
Does Wrena have a lot of spicy food?
No, we do not deal with a lot of spice. We prefer a lot of meats and a lot of breaded products.
All right, I can get on board with a lot of meat. That sounds good. Yeah, that's all I wanted to know.
Excellent.
Well, I'm glad that I'll be getting taken care of, but I do have to ask. I have a pet, and I generally like to keep him around, so would that be accommodated?
As long as you're willing to pay the expenses and you can take care of it and it won't harm any others, it is free to roam. In your care, of course.
He wouldn't hurt a fly.
I don't mean to sound problematic or anything, but how much luggage am I allowed to bring by chance?
We would prefer about 2 bags, and we will be accommodating you with your own housing and furniture, so do not feel worried about that. But try to pack a little light.
That's only a preference for 2 bags, right?
It is preferred. This is a quite hefty amount of. This is quite a large city, so we will be having a lot of people come by. So try to max out at 3.
Ah, don't worry. I'm worth a dozen of whoever else you might find. I'll see if I can bring down my dozen bags to say half that or so.
Of course.
I have no other questions other than, when do we begin? Let's. I'm very excited.
If you are chosen, then we will contact you on our departure. And they would all give you. They would probably most like they would say that to all of you, so they would give you a sending stone. And by the end of the 2 hours, or the 2 weeks, sorry, you would all have gone and done your things. But you'd probably all be kind of like sitting out together. You got a kind of like a private inn where you guys have to go through the back. This is a huge operation where like a lot of like places that you may not have known are government affiliated are just like kind of paving the way for you guys to be as secrety as possible and look as like touristy and adventuring as possible. So you guys would have maybe are staking out together or maybe staking out alone, I'm not sure, but you would all get a message on your sending stone basically saying you have been accepted into the immigration of Wrena. Please meet us at the exit gate at noon sharp. We will leave without you, but we would hate to do that. Hail, Yelanda.
Can I say that I'm with Valxik? Valxik, will you have me when we receive the
In
message?
what way? Oh, okay. When we receive the message. Yeah, sure.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I just had to specify.
Yeah.
So I guess I like we both get the message at the same time, and I guess I turn and was like, I guess that's our cue.
Oh. All right, I guess so.
You
What if
got
I was
your-
like Valxik, you didn't get it?
Part of me was expecting something like that.
I was thinking about it.
I was coming up with a whole fiendish plan to get in there anyway.
So I've got my one like kind of tiny duffel bag with me, duffel bag kind of thing, and then in the rest of the bags I'm carrying are some of Valxik's bags.
It's funny because I was legitimately going to ask you to carry bags.
Yeah, no, I've already been adventuring with you. I already know you're gonna ask me. I just instinctively now just carry some of your stuff.
Yeah,
You bought a bag of holding. I just
Yes,
want to.
and-
You still need 6 bags. That's so crazy.
Korrey is also.
Well,
To-
I need to fit my stage
So-
somewhere.
So just for some people who haven't played Akka, I know you may not know what a bag of holding in is. A
Yep.
magic item that can it's like as big as maybe like a purse, I would say. Not like a coin purse, like a handbag. I'm pretty sure. Is that correct, Edward?
It's about that size. I can bring up the actual description
Yeah.
real quick.
It can hold up to like I think 6,000 pounds. It's a pocket dimension, pretty much.
No.
It what? Not 6,000?
It can hold 500 pounds.
500. Okay, sorry. I was adding an extra
Um,
0 because it's fucking stupid.
It's a 15-pound bag. It's pretty small. It can open up to roughly 2 feet in diameter.
Oh my god.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, so that is it's a very impressive magic item. It's kind of like your go-to when you have to carry a bunch of shit and you want to just not be torn down. It's a great item. We love
Perfect
it.
for holding pyrotechnics.
Yeah, and any illegal shit because you can't scan it. You can know that it's magic, but you don't know what's inside.
You can also put creatures inside of it, and they'll survive at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, they can't breathe, but they will survive probably.
All right, I guess we start walking to the central gates. Maybe we meet with the other people.
Yeah, you probably all don't maybe meet immediately. I would say.
Well, yeah, we find them like as we're going.
Yeah. So you guys go to like the gate. It's like about to hit noon, and you see like a bunch of lined caravans that seem to be going in one way or another. But you see that like it's a horse carriage, and it's got the leathery like oh fuck, I don't know what the word is, but basically like it's covered, so it'll stay warm. It seems to have like this pull out staircase that you can go into. There's padded benching all in it, and it has the symbol of Wrena, which is just a shielded crest that holds 4 quadrants with a white sword in the middle. The 4 quadrants are blue, red, black, and purple, from left to right in that order. So
Excellent.
you would see that like the Wrena symbol is there. There seems to be people like 2 House Nahale members who are wearing like kind of like flowy cloaks that are all in like kind of like that a darker blue, and they're just checking out people. They're wearing like headdresses to keep themselves like basically away from the sun. Very flowy, very like silky. And one of them sees you, Valxik, and kind of calls you over more specifically. Yes, so we have been able to make a small amount of room for an extra bag because you are a person of interest. As I hope you don't mind, but we've already gotten a job for you. We were very impressed with your work on the streets, and we have a perfect opportunity for you, I believe, once you hit Skelra.
Oh, perfect! I'm honored to be given such an opportunity. I'm
Yes, so-
I'm assuming Nox followed me over when I went over to meet the person.
Yeah, I'm like standing behind you like a nervous
I'm just gonna quickly.
nervous guy.
lean
No, I'm not
over.
nervous, but I'm just standing behind you.
I'm gonna quickly lean over to Nox and just go, pretend one of my bags is yours. You were technically allowed 2, and then lean back into the conversation.
Right.
Yes, perfect. And they kind of look up. Oh, do you two know each other?
Vaguely.
Vaguely, we met at our inn and we've been talking since. He helped
Oh.
me carry my stuff.
Oh, very well, very good. Lucky you. You're both heading to Skelra. Well, I'm sure you'll get to know each other more on the ride. And they kind of like put they like had a little notepad down. They put it in like it seems to just like kind of vanish into nothing with magic. And they go behind and they pull out like you can tell like just emanating from it. It's not hidden. It's a magic item. It seems to be like this very white. It's this white cloth blindfold. And they pull out two of them and hands one to you, Valxik. This is a holy garment that is required by law to be worn. It is a sheath. Do not worry. You won't go blind. You can see while wearing it. It's just that it hides the details of the world to keep your sense of beauty alive.
And
Right.
here I thought it was just a normal blindfold. Those I have experience with, but I guess I can work with this.
You, sir, as well, will need one if you're to partake in this journey with us.
Right. Okay. Yeah. My hands are a bit full at the moment, so I
Of
gesture
course.
for them to put it on the bag.
Yeah, they just kind of place it like around one of your like bag handles.
Thank you.
I'd like to point out the fact that I'm noticeably carrying the smallest of all my bags and only one of them.
Of course. But yes, Shairo and Korrey, you both also get kind of like the same, more like neutral treatment. They don't seem very interested in you, but they're very welcoming and kind of like courtly to you. You also both get your sheaths. You are not required to wear them yet, but there will be an announcement when they are going to be crossing the Wrena border, and that is when you are required to wear your sheath at all times until you make it to Skelra.
I put mine on immediately. Like the second they give it to me.
So Shairo, you put it on, and as the like garment is getting closer to your face, you're about to face blackness, and as you tie it, you feel the magic item almost like attuned to you, like other magic items do. You kind of feel like the magic kind of almost bleed into your eyes, and you feel like some warm sensation wrap over your eyeballs as you now have blind sight. It's not like seeing everything. You're basically seeing the lines that make up walls and matter to know that you can't, like, it's kind of different shades of gray almost to know not to bump into them and what is physical and what is just air. But you can see pretty much as well as you could. It is diminished by about a couple feet, but you pretty much have like 150 feet of blind sight while wearing this item.
I think I just am kind of vaguely unimpressed. Don't really make any note of it. Just kind of like almost a shrug of like, all right.
I will say, I will also note that like as you're kind of like shrugging, the people like next to you and in front of you, as this is kind of like barreled, they like people have a different tint and almost like glow a little bit, almost like you're seeing their vascular system. You can kind of get the outline of like their shape and body with the same tint that regular mana does, but you can see that these people are living based off of their shape and also the extra glow that they give off. And with that, you all kind of get in your areas. You have to sit down. Like this is going to be a very long ride, and they are going to they told you that there'll be pit stops at inns and. For food, there's been rations given to everyone, and there will be rations handed out for every meal of the day. But this is a long trip, and this is a very excruciating journey as the snow begins to fall just days into your journey. And they say it's going to take maybe a month and a half to get to Skelra.
Wow.
And on your journey, you, I'm not going to say what you guys do, but maybe you commune with House Nahale or just the other people that are coming to the country with you. The more and more days that go on, it seems that some of the caravans that you were tailing with have split across and gone to the other side of the mountains, or like the other mountain side, I guess I should say. Eventually, you get to the inns of Vakanya. You all have your meals. It's paid for. It's yummy. It's delicious. It's good.
Last time
Okay.
we're having good food.
Yeah,
I don't eat any of it.
Yeah, you don't eat anything. And you eventually are told that you are going to hit the mountains. Everyone is required and monitored as they put their sheaths on. Now a member of the House Nahale sits with you all to make sure that no one absconds from their law.
Oh man.
And you all are traveling in Wrena. Even with the leather roofing inside, you don't feel as cold as you did in Vakanya. The sun starts to beam through and make you all sweat a little bit in the confined area. They eventually kind of like let down the back entrance a little bit to get some breeze in. But days turn into weeks, turn into about a month, and you all are just going. You all have your things still. The bags were sent to a different caravan, but you are just going. And it's going and going and going consistently and constantly until finally, in the middle of the day, you hear people talking outside. And you hear muttering. Then you hear like a muffled, "Hail Yelanda." And you hear metal gates start to rise. The horses start trotting. And for the entirety of the time, you have kind of been on flat land. After the mountains, you had to go through like an excavated tunnel in the mountains, so it was a bit rocky. But generally it was plains. You could hear like the dirt paths and the rocks and all that, but it was smooth. Now you're on an incline. And you're going up, and for hours you're going up. And even when you know it's nighttime and you're getting tired, they don't stop. They still give you the rations, but they don't stop. And eventually, you start feeling this immense power. Everyone make me an Arcana check.
Oh,
Just
goody.
flat.
I'm good at that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
19.
I got a 15.
I got a 21 on that.
I got a 20 on that.
Looks like Dylan wins again.
Yeah.
Another victory for
Another
Dylan.
victory royale for Dylan. So you all, everyone got above 10, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Pretty high, I think I heard. 21, 20. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool of all of you. You guys did pretty cool. Wait, actually, Korrey, what did you roll? Because I just realized I said Arcana, and that's an intelligence
Yeah,
check.
I rolled an 18 on the die, so I have a 15.
Okay, that's still pretty good. Once you got out of that mountain pass, you could feel that the land itself was... I started to say alive because the land is alive, and everyone kind of knows that. But this is flourishing. This is beating, almost. But as soon as you can feel that you're closer to that life, that magic that surrounds this country, it is something almost like eternal. As this almost primordial force kind of like makes you have to breathe in sharply. Not out of fear, but out of shock of what you're experiencing. This is a purely magical land. This is primordial force beyond anything that Vakanya has ever trifled with. Or maybe it's that Vakanya's technology has started to muddle magic and make it too ordinary and almost contain it in some form. This feels released. This feels wild. It is like feeling as being in a city all your life and then going to like a mountaintop or like a forest and you just smell pine and the air is so almost too clear where you feel suffocated by it. But after that shock wears off, you keep heading down and you hear people talking. You hear people communing. You start to hear the trotting on cobblestone path instead of dirt. And you hear people hailing, welcoming. You hear many people saying, "Oh, newcomers! Beautiful! Welcome, welcome all! Oh." You hear someone saying, "It must have been a long trip, huh? Well, don't worry. You'll be comfortable here." You can hear a couple people coughing in the background, a couple people kind of like... But all of them are celebrating. They seem to be over-exasperated by how welcoming they are. "House Nahale's back! Oh, wonderful! We need new workers. That's what I've been talking about. This is exactly what we need. More people from outside. This is beautiful. They need to see our way." And going off, eventually you are stopped. You know that there were more caravans with you, but they seem to have taken right turns or left turns. A lot of we have a lot of inquisitive minds. We have a lot of investigative minds, especially the ranger would know that things have like been turning. You've been in roads and all that. And eventually you are called to walk out.
Take the blindfolds off?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah. We just get
Yeah.
out then, I
I
suppose.
follow along.
Almost considered lighting one of the pyrotechnics as I walk out, but I'm going to try my best to resist.
Mm-hmm. Okay, for sure. So as you walk out, you would like, again, it's all blind sight. You can't see everything. But that matter that even the coach and the people are, that was kind of like this grayish tint. But everything in this world has a shade of yellow. It's a bright yellow. It's like you're seeing outlines and fades of people and buildings. The walls of the buildings are pure yellow, and you are in a line, just a road that is lined with small, like apartment-ish buildings. They're very thin, but they have a door at the bottom, and you can see like one. There's a window to each of them. You think, because you can kind of see that outline, but the window seems to be in a different spot for every one of them, just slightly, but it's a little different. You can see the people downwards. They're all working. They all seem to be doing something. One, like a couple of them are like running. They seem to be working on something. You can see just beyond there seems to be a couple shops that seem to be selling some form of fruit or some form of bakery, perhaps. It's hard to tell. The shapes are just shapes. You can't tell the color of them. You can't see what exactly they are. But you do know that they are selling something. And the House Nahale noble would kind of get your attention as the coach goes off. And another coach next to you, people start unloading bags. Welcome to Skelra, the capital of Wrena. We are very happy to have you all here. In order, I will be tapping on doors and saying names aloud. I will then have you go into your homes and we will bring you your things. Now, I will also say we have your jobs and proficiencies listed out from our interviews, and we have the perfect jobs for you all here. You are exactly what we need for this city to prosper even further than before. I will say, there are some things and some pasts that I suppose we forgot to check in on. Any warrior or any magic user, we appreciate your being here and we appreciate your talents, but this is a very peaceful city. And so, until you are a soldier and fight for the name of Yelanda, we will be keeping your equipment and anything that could be deemed dangerous inside one of our very precious buildings. Do not worry, we would never wish to tamper, but we cannot make leniencies even for people who really wish to be here. Now, that includes arcane focuses, it includes wands, it includes scrolls, and it includes especially weapons. Anything that could be deemed as a weapon will be confiscated.
Yeah, so I'm assuming my light hammers, even though they're like a tool, is still a weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
Goodbye, sickle. Goodbye, arcane focus. Goodbye,
My fine
daggers.
sir,
Yes.
I would like to request that my walking stick be allowed to accompany me. I have a bit of a limp and I'd hate to have to deal with that constantly, not to mention I'm far too scrawny to use it as a weapon. You can test that if you so desire, but I am of no...
What is the walking stick?
It is, specifically,
Mhm.
part of my performing equipment. It is a cane fashioned from a twisted branch that had been worked down into more of a straight rod. It has a gold sphere as a handle.
Okay. Make me a deception check. You don't have a limp. You don't have a fucked up leg, and it's been a while since
I
they
sure
hadn't got it.
fucking don't. That's a 21.
Okay. That is all right. It is a walking stick. It is not a tool made to harm, and I would not dream of taking it away from you. But
DM.
we have...
Oh, sorry.
Yes. No, go ahead.
Caltrops, grappling hook, thieves' tools.
All gone.
Okay. Leather armor?
Also gone. Why would a civilian need leather armor?
Fun!
God, I'm so happy I took that bag of holding.
That is gone too. Any magic items are gone. All magic items are confiscated
My
as well.
performances!
Ball bearings? I could just say I play marbles.
Yeah, if you can make a deception check to see if you can pass them off as toys.
I love me some marbles, guys. Come on.
I just love marbles so much.
I got a 21.
21?
on
Yeah,
that.
you can get your ball bearings.
I'm
Hell
assuming they
yeah.
wouldn't be taking anything like my cards or anything like that.
No, but this is very important. Your arcane focuses are gone.
Manacles.
Mine's not anymore.
What is it your staff?
Yeah.
That's what I was asking. That's
Oh.
what I meant.
Ah.
Because if it is an arcane focus, it has arcane affiliations, which means it can be sensed as a magic item, which means it's gone.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not getting my walking stick despite my deception.
They give you a walking stick.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
well.
just a random ass stick.
When I was asking what it was, I wasn't asking where's it from. I'm asking what the fuck do you want? Why do you want to keep it?
Yes, okay, fair enough. Apologies.
It's okay. But all of these will be kept in the embrace of peace at the crust until you are a soldier or you have earned the trust of the country. But again, weapons, not so much. If magic is used in your work, then you will be given your arcane focus back. But again, as you have not started your work yet, we cannot prove that you are proficient in what you claim to be. So, good luck, everybody. Let's assume roll call. And they start naming people off the list. Eventually, Korrey, you get in your house. Nox, you get in your home. Shairo, you get in yours. And Valxik, you also get in yours.
Are we all like next door neighbors?
No.
Oh, darn.
It's sporadic. It's very sporadic. You get all your bags in. They have definitely been checked, and all the stuff that they said they were going to get rid of have already been gotten rid of. Probably before they even fucking parked.
I had 2 bags, and now one of them is completely empty.
Yeah, they give you an empty bag and they put it in the other bag. They give you one bag and you're like, what the hell? And then you unzip it and there's another bag that's just completely empty in it.
Huh? What's happening here?
What? Bags and bags? As everything is kind of... The house is very small. There is a small living quarters. What you notice that all of the bricks used to create this home have arcane sigils on them. They all seem to be the same sigil. A couple seem to be like maybe in the corners and stuff. Some are like a bit different, like slightly different, or even completely different depending on where you are. There is a very comfy leather chair in front of a fireplace with a small bookshelf with a couple books in them. At the top is just a bed with nothing but a window that points towards just only a statue of Yelanda. This giant statue, 5 stories tall, of this large feminine goddess with long flowing hair completely made out of marble, holding her hand out to the sky on tippy toes, just staring up in awe, with phoenix wings beneath her. Not outsplayed, but touching the ground. The last thing all of the assistants do are they all hand you a schedule. Now, while inside your homes, you do not have to wear the sheath. While inside any building that does not require it, you do not have to wear the sheath. But while traveling from place to place, while going through the city, you are to maintain your sheath at all times. This is regulated, and you will be watched, but this is just to make sure that the worship of Yelanda is not squandered. Worship is at dawn, early, every day. There will be an alert for it. It is mandatory to come for the sake of community. Here are your schedules. You will be working here. There is a map on your bookshelf to know where to go. And if you have any questions, there is a small rune next to your bed that you can tap, and an advisor will be speaking with you. Is that all understood?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you all your schedules. So this one is for Korrey. You have 2 different schedules. I will also say that the pay is 2 silver a day.
We get paid in this dictatorship? What?
Oh,
There is
right.
money, yes. That is your schedule, Edward? Oh shit, I have fucking... God. Okay, I'm gonna have to put into 2 messages for Shairo's.
Dang, I'm a busy
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Well, I just fucked up the Oh, I didn't write... I didn't write the name of the garden yet. Well, I have it written down. Sorry. Whoops. I knew I forgot something.
Work at the parenthesis garden.
Garden.
I can still cast some things. Which is
You can't.
just
Arcane
go-
focuses do not require. When casting arcane focuses when casting without, you can cast all cantrips, I believe. So.
No. I actually just looked at it. Basically, the arcane focuses they replace material components.
Oh, so any
required.
yeah.
So if the spell has material components, I can't cast it. But if it doesn't have material components, I can cast it, but I have to do the somatic and verbal components if they require it. So minor illusion requires me to have a bit of fleece as the material component, which means now to cast that I need a bit of fleece. Whereas originally I could just use the arcane focus and it would have been fine. But I can still cast Eldritch Blast because that's only verbal somatic.
I can still cast most of my magic.
Yeah, material components aren't really used until higher level spells, and even some spells don't need them. But the ones that do need them are very powerful.
Cough,
Yeah.
cough, revivify.
It's also just expected that you don't use magic. Actually, Aka, I don't need to give you another one. All of that is in the parentheses just to tell me how it works.
Sick.
So yeah, I forgot to give everyone their pay. Oops, what the hell? But here is yours, Dylan, and your pay is 1 silver a day.
I've got the night shift.
Aka's yours is
And I'm on poverty wages.
6 copper a day.
Never mind, I'm not on poverty wages.
Damn. Yeah, I'm about to say.
With possibility of payments through hunts.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, so you get commission?
And Valxik is 4 copper a day.
Wow.
What? I'm rioting in the streets.
This guy gets no money.
They said they specially wanted me, and they pay me 4 copper a day. I'm rioting in the fucking streets.
You can get shot if you want to. That's your prerogative, brother. So now, as we go down line by line, same order as we did with the other thing, would you mind sharing your schedules with everyone? Actually, I don't have the name of the worker. Sorry. I didn't have the name of the work. My bad. Last message.
Excuse.
Hey, bro.
Someone's gonna die.
It's gonna be you if you ride in the streets.
And, well, Myka's yours is obvious, but...
Yeah. I know.
Miners!
I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm a miner. So essentially I work 4 days at the mine. I don't know if I stay over at the mine or if I travel to the
You do.
Okay, so I stay over at the mine. So essentially I go out to the mine, I work, all morning, afternoon, and evening, and then I rest at night. And then for 2 days I get a rest schedule which has free time in the morning and evening. And again, the same morning worship and
Yeah, the morning worship at work sites are designated. It's not Sanctum Gentium, but Sanctum Gentium is all of your regulated churches because you're on the same road.
yeah. So when I'm not working, I'm at home and I have free time other than a communal lunch. And I make 2 silver a day. So, yay. Is that per work day or is that per day?
Per work day.
Okay, per work.
So you get 6. You get pretty much like 6 silver, or no, 8 silver.
Silver.
And then 8 silver. Yeah, sorry. Whoa. 8 silver, and then you're off for 2 days. You make that 8 silver work, and then you're back to
So do we get direct deposit?
it. You get paid on the day, night of. Like once you're leaving, you get paid.
Make me get the damn check. To cut direct deposit is so much better. Okay, yeah, perfect.
When they invent it, holy shit! One day.
Alright, so my work schedule, I have been assigned to work as a coachman for 1 silver per day. I work every day of the week, I think.
Yep.
That's kind of fucked up. They don't have a 40-day work week. I think we need to form a labor union.
Incredibly true.
To be fair, even in Vacania, they don't have they don't have days off. Like, it's medieval times. You just do your job when you want to. But
So I'm so my work schedule, I work as a coachman, making 1 silver per day. At dawn I have to do worship at Sanctum Gentium. Then in the morning, I go to bed. I rest. Afternoon, I have some free time. And then evening and night, I am working on caravans. I have the night shift. It's really unfortunate.
Oh, sorry. I do actually have the name of the like company that you work at. It's called Bagum. Shairo?
Yes.
What is your schedule looking like?
Quick question also. Is the Blooming Beasts Mother of Mages thing, is that the same farm work that's like in the afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, so all right. So I am a farmer and an occasional hunter. So at dawn, worship. In morning, I have free time. In the afternoon and evening, I am working at the Blooming Beasts of the Mother of Mages, which is a garden. And once a week, I am able to go out on a hunt. And at night, I am resting, and that is a 6 copper a day job.
Sorry, it's not you can hunt. You are obligated to hunt once a week.
I just choose when to hunt within the week.
You get to choose which day out of the week that you hunt. What you do hunt is regulated and increases your pay for that bounty. There are also certain holidays where you are, but like basically like you can choose what day it is, but because they're like it's basically like you don't know what the weather's going to be like. So if you're hunting certain beasts that like always reside when it's raining, you can gamble because they are probably worth more because they're weather specific, but you're waiting out and you don't know when you're going to be able to do it. And if you don't hunt, if you don't get food for people and you fuck it up, like the food, like what you hunt is like kind of food for like a whole block, you will get heavily pay deducted.
Oh. Joy. Good thing that won't happen. 2 thumbs up.
It's just not possible. And finally, Valxik, what is your schedule looking like, buddy?
I can't believe this is happening to me. Alright, so I am working I am only working when performances are happening.
No.
No, I'm confused by this.
The first schedule
On days
is
when performances held. This is fucking confusing.
sorry. The first schedule
I'm stupid. You
is
have to dumb it down.
yes. The first schedule. So I'll explain to you. Also, fun fact: everyone knew what your job was before. You're the only one who didn't know what your job was because I wanted it to be a surprise because I knew you'd fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But I'll go through this go through this for you. Valxik is a stagehand for House Claw. So at dawn he works or he goes to worship at Sanctum Gentium like everyone else. In the morning he goes to work at the amphitheater of Hollowed Songs. In the afternoon it's lunch and work. In the evening he gets free time, and during the night he rests. So your job is to prepare for a stage play. Basically, they have one every month, and you are working. Your normal work week is to make sure that the play is ready for the end of the month. When the performance is being held for the next couple of days, you are only required to work on the time slot that it's playing. Then you are any time other than that is free time for you during that day, other than worship, which is regulated. Do you understand?
Riot in the streets.
That's literally how it actually works for stagehands. So good job on the realism.
I'm guessing.
That's literally how it is.
Let's go.
Hell on earth until the show opens, and then like, oh, great.
Oh, we're doing it.
And then it's easier.
And you are getting paid 4 copper a day.
Riot.
That's also realistic to stagehand wages.
This guy's on poverty wages.
They got me for this shit.
And so, with all of you getting accustomed to your new life, you look out that window at the statue of Yelanda, the fabled goddess of magic, and wonder, what the fuck did you just sign up for? And that's where we're gonna end it.
Let's
Yay,
go, buds.
DM, let's go!